My name is Sue Mann and I own and run Inspire Early Years Consultancy Limited. I have 25 years practical childcare experience and I'm also a freelance Ofsted inspector. I hold a BA Honours in Early Years, which is a level 6 qualification. The main focus of my business is to help parents interact and engage with their children, which can involve creative activities, through stories, through trips outside, and just general day-to-day interactions. I run training sessions and courses where parents can come in and learn some basic skills to help their children. So for instance, I run a cookery class that helps parents engage with their children through cookery. So we make cakes, we make biscuits, we've even done jelly and ice cream. And it's a way of getting children involved in food to understand nutrition, and also the parents to understand how to feed and how to make the food mealtimes enjoyable. So we make faces on our biscuits with Smarties and licorice. We decorate the cakes. We've also made quiches and savoury items so that the children get an idea that not all food has to be sweet. We've done baked potatoes with tuna and mayonnaise filling, which sounds very easy, but for some parents, they don't always think about putting some of these things together. Some parents feel that food for children should be chips, sausages and burgers. So I'm trying to educate the parents into feeding their children healthily, but so it doesn't cost the earth. And the other side of the courses I do are creative courses, so using everyday household items such as dried pasta, rice, corn flour, things like that. You can actually turn it into a fun session with your children. So we make salt dough using cups of flour, cups of salt and cups of water that parents have at home or can be bought very cheaply through value ranges. Put them together, the children get involved in mixing them all up, and then the parents and the children play. So it's physical development in using the hands to mould the dough. They're also using their language communication. Hopefully they're talking to the parents and the parents are interacting with them about what they do, what they could make. And then finally, when we've made the dough, we leave it to dry or we cook it overnight. And then the following session, the parents come back and we paint them. Get parents to take the children out and interact with the environment. I show them how to make the most of the environment. A walk, looking for shapes in road signs, picking up leaves, just observing the trees and listening out for the birds if it's in a quiet enough place. And just show the parents that a walk out doesn't have to just be A to B, do what you've got to do, and then come home. So it's about looking at the environment and discovering things that maybe the children haven't noticed before. I have done a course with parents where we've actually taken a camera out and we've got the children to help their parents photograph what they're doing, and then they come back and we print the photographs off and you make like a scrapbook of our day, which some of the parents have found really nice because it's something that they've then got for later to interact with their children. There is another side to what I do, and that is helping day nurseries, childminders and preschools to improve their practice. That is part of what Inspire Early Years Consultancy aims to do, is to help settings reach outstanding grades and promote the best possible outcomes for children. So as a consultant, I do mock inspections. So I go around and I literally inspect your premises and I will tell you where you need to improve. I will tell you your strengths, and I will tell you about the really positive things that the children are enjoying, so you get a feel of how you change a child's perception of the life around them. I run training sessions for staff on creative activities, on communication, language and literacy. A lot of my most recent courses have been helping practitioners improve their maths skills and to feel confident to be able to then pass that knowledge on to children through play. I would talk to you about how you feel about the problem, about how the child reacts and feels about the problem, and I would also ask what you have done so far to try and rectify the problem. We would then have a discussion around what I feel would work, and then we would try and tailor it to your own individual needs. So what you end up with is like a personalised plan, action plan, with steps to try and improve your child's eating behaviour, night terrors, play, creativity, anything like that. I would have my ideas, but I would discuss what I think is best and let you put your feedback in, and then together we would come up with a plan that hopefully would work. From very, very early on, I wanted to work with children. I volunteered at the local playgroup until I was old enough to actually babysit. I babysat for many years, and then I got onto the NNEB course, which is the National Nursery Examination Board. I qualified as an NNEB nursery nurse and then became a nanny for about 5 years, and then moved into day nurseries, social services nurseries, private nurseries, and then I became a mum, which obviously gave me a different insight into everyone's problems, because no longer was it textbook children, they were my own children. Since then, I have been a childminder. I have had an outstanding twice from Ofsted for my childminding capabilities. I've done a BA Honours degree in childcare just to back up all my knowledge with the actual theory of why children do what they do and how they go about the various different processes. I have got a real interest in interacting with children and improving children's participation. That's one of my kind of like interests. And apart from being a mum, I like to be able to help other people to enjoy their children. So many people miss the opportunities that your children provide, that I'd like to be able to make that every moment special. And I just love working with children. I just love getting messy. I love the interaction with children and listening to their little gems when they discover something in their faces, and it's just brilliant. I always wanted to work with children, and I've achieved what I've done, and now I'm able to help other people enjoy their children and not to get so stressed out about children, because at the end of the day, one phase quickly passes and then you can move on to the next stage.